Welcome to the Raven Space YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about the Baltimore Ravens every single day. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the first episode of the week. We'll hop right in. We have one sad story, but other than that, we have two stories that I think you guys, will enjoy hearing. So we'll hop right in. Also, remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed today's episode. So the first news happened over the weekend. And it's the first sad news I've had to do on this show. And it really does bring anguish and sadness to me. And it's Todd Heap. He had a tragic accident that ended with the death of his daughter. And it happened over the weekend in Arizona, as you guys know, where Todd Heap lives. And, I'll put a link down in the description below so you guys can read on it if you haven't heard about it yet. But basically what happened was Todd Heap was in the car trying to move his car. And he ended up hitting his daughter. And it's completely by accident. There was no intoxication involved in the situation. It's just that, of course, she's small and bad things can sometimes happen. So, again, our heart goes out to Todd Heap. It was a tragic thing. You can't, predict things like that when they happen. Again, my heart goes out to his family and everyone involved. And again, Todd Heap was one of the great Baltimore Ravens players. He was a physical tight end who also had the ability to stretch the field. Before becoming a big, strong, tall tight end was popular in the league. That's what Todd Heap was. So influential. I know if you guys can remember the Heap chants after he caught a pass. So again, sorry about this situation with Todd Heap. Don't want to dwell on it too long. We all feel his pain. So we'll move on to the next topic. The topic number 2 is dealing with the top first round picks in the last 10 years. So USA Today put out an article about the top 10 first round quarterbacks taken in the last 10 years. So I'm going to read the list that they have for you. 1 is Andrew Luck. 2, Cam Newton. 3, Matt Ryan. 4, Matthew Stafford. 5, Joe Flacco. 6, Sam Bradford. 7, Ryan Tannehill. 8, Jameis Winston. 9, Marcus Mariota. And 10, Teddy Bridgewater. So first things first, I think this list is a little off. There's no way that you can take certain quarterbacks in certain places. And it shows that all they care about in this is arm talent, right? They don't care about leadership. They don't care about winning, durability. How good are you at throwing a football, right? So it's based purely on skill. So in order to have Sam Bradford above Ryan Tannehill makes no sense to me because Ryan Tannehill has more wins and it's actually been to the playoffs, right? To have Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota below Sam Bradford is crazy, right? I don't know who would think Sam Bradford was a good quarterback and he's never been successful as a quarterback. And then when you get to the top half, now, again, all they do is this is about talent because there's no way that Joe Flacco could be below Matthew Stafford. And if you like Matthew Stafford, he can throw the ball. He's very talented at throwing the football, but there's no argument you can make. I think Joe Flacco and Matthew Stafford has similar arm talent, but Joe Flacco's a winner and Matthew Stafford is not. And that is just the bottom line. Matthew Stafford has always had a better offense than Joe Flacco. Always. Okay. And you can see that because he puts up yards. And there's been years where he's had a better defense than Joe Flacco, in my opinion, and couldn't get it done. It's just crazy how you can say that. Now you have Matt Ryan and Cam Newton and Andrew Luck. And you can say these quarterbacks are more talented than Joe, and I won't disagree with you there. Matt Ryan has ball placement that's out of this world. I've seldom seen ball placement like that, and I think it's better than Joe's. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, of course, they're mobile and they have strong arms. But again, there's only one winner on this list, and that's Joe Flacco. So it matters what you care about. If you personally care about arm strength, you take a Cam Newton, you take Andrew Luck, you take Matt Stafford, right? Care about ball placement, you take Matt Ryan, you take Andrew Luck. If you care about winning, there's only one person to take, and that's Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco plays best in the clutch moments, okay? And again, during the regular season, you could say Matt Ryan had a great regular season last year, played better than Joe Flacco has ever played. And again, I won't necessarily disagree with you. But we saw what happened in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl particularly. When you're up 24 points and you lose that game, you can't blame the defense, right? You are the offense. You need to get it done. They couldn't get it done. And again, you can't put all on Matt Ryan, but Joe Flacco had one of the greatest postseasons ever in the National Football League. And if you play people for clutch time, if you rate quarterbacks on wins and losses, Joe Flacco is the best quarterback in this argument. And so there's been a lot of speculation on this, and I never would have thought this because I don't like Skip Bayless. I don't like the show Undisputed. I didn't like the show First Take. I think they just argue a lot. They sometimes have good analysis, but that's a lot of arguing. But they said that if you want to win, you take Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco plays better than Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, Matthew Stafford, Sam Bradford, Ryan Tannehill, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, and Teddy Bridgewater in the playoffs. And Matt Ryan had a great playoff last year. But Matt Ryan didn't beat the Patriots and Joe Flacco did. And that's just the bottom line. Joe Flacco, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He played out of his mind. Now, he hasn't returned to that point since then. But again, he has a Super Bowl championship. And if you play this game to win, you pick Joe Flacco. And that's just the bottom line. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Because if you think, if you shouldn't pick winners, you should pick people with the best talent, then I can understand you not picking Joe Flacco. But if you want a winner, you pick Cool Joe. And that's just the bottom line. And then the last article of the day, again, for you guys don't know, if there's no news happening, I go and I find articles for you guys. I'll always do 3 topics a day. So I'll find an article and I'll find where the Ravens place in that article. And this next article is the AFC offseason overhaul, current conference hierarchy. So basically they show where the Ravens are and where the rest of the teams in the league are. For this, hierarchy, of course you have the Patriots at number 1. And then under the Patriots, you have 4 teams who should make the playoffs. Steelers, Raiders, Broncos, and the Chiefs. But then under them, you have the contenders, right? So, and one of the Ravens' slights are that, they have to have a great draft. They have to have a great draft. And I do agree. I think right now, as our team stands, we are on the fringe of the wild card. Again, we got much better, I think, from a coverage perspective on defense. But that offensive line scares me, man. And let me know if it scares you, but it scares me. Terrified out of my mind. I do not think that right now we can be competitive with that offensive line. So, Ozzie still has some time. I still expect Nick Mangold to come back. I do think he wants to play football. And I do think that as time goes on and the draft happens, less teams get interested. But I think the Ravens are really interested in signing him. So we'll see. I think he will come back. And that'd be a good thing for the Ravens. I think he's a good player, and I would like to see him back in the NFL, and preferably with the Ravens. But then we still have a problem at right tackle, and I'm worried. And currently right now it looks like we're going to have to sign someone off the street or, plug in one of our players. And I don't know if one of our players can get the job done, but we'll see. But again, right now they don't have us as a top team in the AFC, but we are in that 5th to 6th wild card spot. So we'll see what happens. And thank you guys so much. I want to say that I'm going to start a new show type called Mailbag. So I want you guys to send the questions in. Again, the email address will be in the description. It's theravenspace@gmail.com. I also put it on the screen for you guys. So please send me your questions. And on Monday, we'll do a mailbag episode where I answer the questions. And it'll be awesome. We can have fun and we can communicate also. So again, thank you guys so much. Please send in your mailbag questions. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you like it, please subscribe to the Raven Space. The more subscribers, the more chance we are able to grow and do cool things here on this YouTube channel. Also, please watch our last video. It was an awesome video and I want you guys to share it. Thank you guys so much. Go Ravens.